to continue breathing, filling up into that belly, and you can let the knee bend because we're going to reach the knee high up, but not as high as we can because I don't want any movement coming from the lumbars. So only as high as you can, right from that joint only. Hey guys, today we're going to do hip C.A.R.s from a quadruped position. So what this means is you're going to be on your hands and your knees, and we're going to be trying to isolate moving from the hip joint in as much range of motion as is possible. That's what C.A.R.s stands for, is controlled articular rotation. So I just wanted to show you in the little spine and pelvis model so you can get a better visual in your mind that the joint that we're looking to move is right here on the side of the pelvis. This is where the femur comes, and which is your thigh bone, comes and connects into the pelvis. We're trying to move it in as much range of motion as we can to make this hip healthier and to give us more available room. So now that you've seen that little visual, I'm going to show you what they look like. All the same foundational principles apply. I want you to stay rooted through that second ray. I want you to integrate your shoulders onto your back. And we're going to really use that breathing and bracing to keep our lumbar spine totally solid so that we can really just move from our hip joint. Okay? So, you come to your hands and your knees. Your knees are a little bit wider than hip width. You're pressing down through the second ray. The shoulders integrate onto the back. Make sure your chin is neutral or the back of your throat is neutral. And then you're going to take that 360 breath into all around the torso so that you can create a way for your lumbars to be stable. And then you're going to slowly lift the opposite leg without moving from the lumbar spine, just moving from the hip. So the joint that I showed you on the model is down here, okay? This is where the femur connects into the pelvis. So you're going to continue breathing, filling up into that belly, and you can let the knee bend because we're going to reach the knee high up, but not as high as we can because I don't want any movement coming from the lumbars. So only as high as you can, right from that joint only. And then out to the side, continuing to reach out long, and then around in front and in. So you see we're making a big circle of just the hip joint in the hip socket. Now a lot of people don't have great control of the lumbar spine. Totally get it, no judgment, but here we really need to focus on keeping those lumbars stable. So if it starts to go like this, you see that curve in my low back? That means I'm moving in my low back, right? One of these where you're moving everywhere. So keep this place stable and just move from that hip socket, and you're going to see great results in your hip mobility, how your hips feel, and your ability to differentiate moving your back from moving your lower legs.